Welcome to our few moments together on the Parsha. This Shabbos we have the privilege of reading Parshas Setze. In the middle of the Parsha speaks about the mitzvah of Hashavas Aveda at the beginning of Perek Chav Beis. The pasuk says, "Lo sireh es shor achicha," one should not see the ox of your brother, o es seo, or his sheep, nidachim. As the Targum translates it, means miton, lost. You should not see the sheep or the ox of your brother lost, v'salam tamehem, and look away from them. Rather, hoshev tishiveim la'achicha. You should certainly return them to your brother. When speaking about the lo sireh es shor achicha, you should not see the ox of your brother, the Sfas Emes so beautifully points out that the word shor doesn't only mean ox, but it has another meaning in a verb sense. It means es shur achicha, the outlook of your brother. Because we find, for instance, by Yosef Hatzadik, that Yaakov says he was so beautiful, bonos tzo'ado alei shur, that girls would climb the wall in order to alei shur, in order to look at him. So the word shur means look. Also we find in Shir HaShirim, in Perek Daled Pasuk Ches, where it says Meirosh, from the beginning, that Teshura Meirosh Amana, that from the beginning, when you looked in the Beis HaMikdash, you were able to build faith by seeing all the wonders of Hashem. So the word Teshura or shur means outlook. So the Sfas Emes so beautifully says, Lo sireh es shor achicha, don't see the outlook of your brother or his little sheep lost and not have the right approach to the Jewish way of life, to the Torah. Rather, hoshev tishiveim la'achicha, don't look away, return your lost brother. Hashavas Aveda doesn't only mean returning a lost object, but it means returning a lost friend, a lost relative, a lost neighbor, a lost group of people, to help them come back to the Torah. And the only way to do that is by making a Kiddush Hashem on a regular basis. Rabbi Pesach Krohn tells a story of a man who, before cell phones, was driving through the Battery Tunnel when he remembered that he must make an important phone call. But he knew that right outside the tunnel there's a phone booth. So he immediately, as he pulled out of the tunnel, parked his car in front of the phone booth, opened the phone booth, went in, picked up the receiver, and as he's about to make the call, he sees on the table where the phone booth was, and there's a place to rest the book or something there, there's a daily planner. And the daily planner was obviously left there by someone who made a call in that booth previously. And as soon as he finished the call, he took the planner, he looked through it, trying to find, maybe I could return this object. Maybe someone lost it, has a name in it, and I'll be able to give it back. And as he's leafing through the pages to find a name, he sees no name. But he does see as an entry in one of the entries, Rabbi David Cohn, which is one of the poskim, who was one of the poskim here, who lives nearby in Flatbush. So he figured it must belong to a religious Jew. He's going to have to take it to his office and see if he could find the owner. When he gets to the office, he looks through it, and he doesn't see who the owner could possibly be, just entries and names, but no phones or dates. And so he takes it home and he shows it to his wife. And his wife looks in the back of the phone book, in the back of the planner, and sees a phone number where it says Mom with a Florida area code. So she said, ooh, it must be that this person has an elderly parent living in Florida. Let's try to call her. So immediately they placed the call and they said, we don't know who owns this planner, but we found your number. Do you have a child, perhaps, who might have lost this planner? Obviously, they're a very busy person. There are many business entries, many appointments. They must need this. And as religious Jews, we have a responsibility to return it. Maybe you know which child of yours perhaps this belongs to. She says, oh, yes, it must belong to my daughter. I'll call her. I can't call her now. It's too close to the Sabbath. I know you called me, but it's just about the time, and she won't answer the phone. I'll call her right after the Sabbath. Sure enough, on Sunday morning, this woman comes to the house thanking them profusely for returning the planner to them, and the next Friday shows up at their door with this gorgeous bouquet of flowers. And they said, well, you didn't have to do this. Why did you bring us these flowers? And so she said, you don't understand. 5 years ago, I became a Ba'alas Tshuva. I became someone who followed the Torah, even though my parents did not. They went away from their parents, but I went away from mine and followed the Torah in the right way. And I've been quarreling with them because they've been looking at me and saying, why do you need this? Why do you do this? And they've been not conversing with me in a good way, and it hasn't been a good 5 years. But since you call them and you return this lost object, and it's because of your Torah orientation that you did it, my mother said, if these are the kinds of people that you're following and you're becoming religious like them, then 100% I back you and I'm for you and I will go along with what you do. And so this person made a tremendous Kiddush Hashem by returning this lost object. It's amazing how we can bring people back just by a gesture of small return, and how doing an act at this time of year especially, which unites the Jewish people through the kindness and beauty of the Torah laws, will bring us a great and wonderful Chodesh Elul and a Ksiva V'Chasima Tova. Have a wonderful Shabbos.